Like our content? Support us on Patreon, link below. Thank you to our patrons and guests at the Luxury Suites and the Honey Suite. We really appreciate you. Welcome to the Twisted Tentacle Inn. I'm your innkeeper, Vase Odin, and today we will be discussing Cheap Shot. Forbidden! Cheap Shot is a level 0 rogue event from the Phantom of Truth Mythos pack. It costs 2 resources and has a combat and agility icon. It reads, Action, Fight. Add your evade value to your skill value for this attack. If you succeed by 2 or more, automatically evade the attacked enemy. This card is very seldomly used, and I understand why. It can be hard to figure out its place in a deck. Generally, you want to either fight until you kill a thing or evade to get away from the thing. Dealing damage and evading in the same action is efficient, but may feel like you're doing 2 opposing things, and it's what makes this card confusing to some. The key to understanding this card is that the free evade works on elite enemies. This, to me, makes it pretty clear what the biggest purpose of this card is, as a boss killer assistant. You can also use it to get away from low combat, high health, high evade enemies, like the very nasty Conglomeration of Spheres from the Dunwich Legacy. Using this card can save your melee weapon from destruction. Being in the rogue card pool and allowing you to add your agility value to the attack means that you're pretty likely to land that attack. We'll talk more about that in a bit. Who can use this card? All rogues can use the card. Skids, Jenny, Safina, Finn, and Preston all have access to it and can benefit in some way. In fact, they can all combo it with Sneak Attack from the core set, and after the enemy is evaded, they can get 2 additional damage, netting 3 total damage on a boss enemy pretty efficiently and really only having to take 1 test. Heck, if you have pickpocketing out, you can even draw a card. If you have the level 2 pickpocketing out, though, you won't be able to benefit from the succeed by 2 or more, though. So keep that in mind. Pickpocketing will work, but not the succeed by 2 part of it. And before I forget, pickpocketing level 0 is from the core set, but level 2 is from the Phantom of Truth Mythos pack. Anyway, Rita Young from the Circle Undone Deluxe expansion, Ashcan Pete from the Dunwich Legacy expansion, and Wendy from the core set can also take this card. Although it's similar to the Survivor card Stunning Blow, it benefits from the boost to combat by adding your evade value, which Stunning Blow doesn't benefit from. The survivors can also combo it with Rise to the Occasion from the Blood on the Altar Mythos pack to ensure that the hit lands. Because the Rise to the Occasion uses your base stat to calculate whether you can commit it or not, you can just use your combat value as a base, commit Rise to the Occasion, and then add your agility to the attack score. Another great Survivor card that you can combo it with is Against All Odds. It's a great way to ensure the attack hits with 2 points above the difficulty. The great thing about this card is that a lot of boss enemies retaliate. Being able to deal them damage without wasting an action to first evade means you can kill it without risk. Also, if you're playing multiplayer, an evaded enemy can then be attacked without risk of hitting your teammates. Can you just evade a boss enemy? Sure, but some have high evade values, some have the alert keyword, or maybe you want to evade but you also want to damage it. Adding 2 stats together means that it's very likely to fire off consistently. Skids O'Toole from the core set and Leo Anderson from the Forgotten Age Deluxe expansion can also really benefit from this card by committing the level 2 Vicious Blow to the check. With the higher attack value, you're more likely to get the extra damage and the free evade. You can then wail on the boss until it's just a pile of goo. I don't think Cheap Shot is an amazing auto-include card, but I do think it's definitely a good card, and it should be considered in some decks. If you're building your investigator for killing bosses and high damage, high health elite monsters, Cheap Shot can help you annihilate them. I hope this video has been helpful. And if you have any questions, be sure to leave them
Down there.
in the comments below. You can also reach me on Twitter at WickedVase or email at wickedvase@gmail.com. Until next time, I'm your innkeeper Vase Odin from the Twisted Tentacle Inn. Check in anytime. I'll talk to you then.